Thank you so much for
Yes,
such
sir.
a lovely introduction. I must first congratulate your esteemed institute for organizing such a lovely meet. And it's so relevant in today's time and today's concern. Right now, I would like to take this opportunity to pass on and transfer some of my learning. Yes, there are colleges, there are universities where you learn a lot, but life is what actually trains you. And that is exactly what I'm here to do here for you today. I want to transfer my knowledge and my understanding of the entrepreneurial ecosystem to all of you. And I would love a day to have more entrepreneurs in the market than job seekers, you see. So as I think there is something that all of you must have heard of Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani saying that if you don't follow your dreams, somebody will pay you to follow their dreams. And that is what entrepreneurship is about, chasing your own dreams and not losing sight of it till you achieve it. Right. So this is Credo. Credo means Credo in Spanish and in Latin means I believe. It's a charitable trust registered in Bengal. The basic idea of Credo, as you can see from this slide, is to motivate youth and integrate youth from all segments of the society, be it the underprivileged, the unskilled, or be it the skilled, the educated, and the trading community under a circular ecosystem. That, I believe, is the need of the day, the need of today's entrepreneurial ecosystem, where every one of us need to work together in an inclusive manner and not exclusive of each other. That means if you are an engineering student and you have MBA students and you have your professors, you should all start integrating and creating a chain reaction of activities, each helping the other to mitigate and accelerate. So that we will be discussing today is the path of an entrepreneur, the enigma to be or not to be an entrepreneur. You see, if you define an entrepreneur is somebody who's thinking, sleeping, dreaming only about his work and about his project 24/7. Entrepreneur is somebody who does things differently. So this is a major life-changing decision you have to take, that are you going to take the plunge? And we will discuss today how to take the plunge, how to fund your project, and how to kickstart under the current economic situation that COVID has brought in. So this is me, Pinaki Roychowdhury, a social entrepreneur, and that's our charitable organization, Credo. Now, understanding the existing entrepreneurial environment in India. Now, in India, when you talk about enterprise, that is a very vague terminology in India. People rarely understand what is an enterprise and how an entrepreneur spearheads and runs an enterprise. So that ecosystem in India is something that we need to understand first before we become entrepreneurs. Let's discuss the ecosystem. In India, we've got more job seekers than job providers. This needs to be reversed. And how? Now, all of you are into colleges, excellent. All of you are looking for jobs, fantastic. I mean, that has been your life aim probably for many of you to get jobs. But let's face the reality that COVID economy has brought in today. I fear that probably jobs might not be waiting there lined up for you, or probably the jobs that you want or the jobs you are aspiring for might not be ready yet. So what do? There's actually no necessity. It is not necessary to go into a hurdle or get depressed about it. This is the opportunity that we must take up as entrepreneurs. This situation of job seekers or this earning to acquire higher education, to secure jobs has to change. You have secured higher education. You are now equipped. You are now tooled. My intention at the end of this seminar or webinar is to convert this tool, is to weaponize you to make entrepreneurs out of you. Your tool is your weapon. Do not use it. Do not use your education as a ladder to get jobs and settle the dreams of some other entrepreneur. You are now equipped to become job providers in the future. We've got more unskilled than skilled people. So we have to create opportunities for all as per their existing skill set. Now, what does it simply mean? As you can see from the picture, what we did at Credo, we took unskilled people from the neighborhood. We taught them to become tailors. So we are skilling the unskilled people as per their capacity, as per their ability. It will be wrong for me to think that a tailor today can become a garment exporter tomorrow. That jump is too big and too wide. So I would rather have an unskilled person being trained as a tailor and then invite the skilled to join the ecosystem to employ these tailors and convert it into a successful business. Now, India has a huge pool of unskilled people, whether it is in our villages, our towns, or in our cities. The onus is on to entrepreneurs like us. The onus is on to students like all of you who have the right education and tools to convert your dreams into socially sustainable projects where we collectively trained the unskilled into skills to which they are able to perform and bind the entire ecosystem into a business model. Risk aversion. Now, this is another point which is part of the Indian ecosystem. In India, everybody first wants a government job, a bank job, or a MNC job. They don't exist anymore. Indians do not take risks. This is what differentiates us with the Europeans and with the Chinese. The Europeans or the invaders who have come over and taken over India, some of them have ruled us for thousands of years, some of them have ruled us for hundreds of years, because we Indians do not like to take risk. It is the mental condition, the mental conditioning we've had for generations. Don't take risk. Don't lose money. This is your father's savings. Do not lose your father's savings. So unless you take risks, this economy has come to a standstill. So risk aversion is a genetic disadvantage we have. This has to be changed. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you must take a risk. And we will talk today how to take risk. I'm not talking out of my head. I am a person who started with 5 lakhs, who lost everything. And today I've created various business verticals. I know how to take risks. I know how to absorb loss. And I do know how to push forward, break all walls, and move ahead, because that's the only way available to us right now in today's economic situation. Complacency syndrome. This has to be addressed. Most entrepreneurs think that it's probably an easy way out to be an entrepreneur. The myths of entrepreneurship is you wake up at 10 in the morning, go to work at 12 in the afternoon, you give orders to everybody around, 4 o'clock you come back, go to the golf club, and then in the evening you go for a nightcap somewhere, you party hard, you go to bed at 3 in the morning. That's completely rubbish. That's completely Hollywood, and that's completely Bollywood. Even if we talk about Shah Rukh Khan, he's considered as a topmost actor. He really slogged it. He really worked very, very hard for what he is today. So nothing comes out of complacency. All these ideas ke kuch nahi ho raha hai to ek business chalu kar do is probably the worst thing you could ever do. Complacency syndrome has to go. You have to work hard chasing your dream. If you are not chasing your dream, somebody will chase their own dream and you are going to work for them. And one day you're going to get fired. And then you're going to think at the end of your life, what did I do? I made money for everybody else, excepting for myself. And what if I had done something with my life? Don't let that regret set in. It's time to take control of our fate, and we will work it out together. Now, defining an entrepreneur, the mindset. The aspiration must match the inspiration. If you dream of doing things, your action must live up to those dreams. Just by dreaming and then thinking, what if I have an investor? What if there is a financer? If there was somebody to give me money, then I would have done this, is all rubbish. The mindset is you are in control of your own fate, which means you have to take action to make things happen, to change things around you. Nobody else is going to do you. You will never get a financer, you'll never get a banker unless you have a proven track record. You must create even a small track record, which is a proof of concept. Unless you can prove that you are committed to your idea, unless you can prove that you have slogged, you have worked extremely hard behind your dream, and unless people see the passion that is driving you forward, nobody will come out to support you. Even I will not support you unless I see that you are absolutely mad, absolutely inclined, and completely committed to do what you want to do. So the mindset of a lion, the mindset of a tiger. I mean, Bengalis at one point of time, Bengal was called the country of lions, of Royal Bengal tiger. I don't know what has gone wrong in our minds, but that is exactly what we need to do. Get our mindset right. Unless our mindset is right, we cannot become an entrepreneur. We cannot change people around us. And I tell you, my young friends, you are all equipped. You are now weaponized. You have the education behind you. You have the advantage of an economy which is slowing down. In a slow down economy, you have opportunities. In a very agile and strong economy, you face competition from the best. Now is the time to change your mindset. And then the skill set, that's the next point here. The skill set, the ability to convert your ideas into realistic projects. Just by imagining, it will not help. You must have the skill set to convert your imaginations into real-time projects. And that's where experienced people like us, that's where experienced people like your teachers come into play to help you curate your ideas and develop your ideas into skills, into projects that could be implemented. So you must have the skill. So if you are an engineer, you must work together with the MBA students. If you're an architect, you must work together with the other parts of your faculty, the IT boys and girls within your group, and create a business which is holistic. So that together, all of you, the IT guys work on the software, they work on the social media, on the marketing platform, the engineering guys work on the products and the services, the MBA guys works on the marketing, the presentation, and the corporate outlay. So today, it is important that you focus on your core strengths, on developing your skill sets, and integrating it into a business. So it becomes a realistic project with the help of your mentors, with the help of your teachers, and of course, we will also help you. Then comes the lifestyle, defining the image projection. If you look like a haggard, you'll be treated like a haggard. If you dress poorly, you'll be never taken seriously. I know it sounds wrong, but today is the era of packaging. So you must package yourself. Your lifestyle must exude the confidence, must exude the charisma that you want to project. If you are always in self-doubt, and if you are negative in your mind, and you fill yourself with thoughts which are not proactive, it will come out in your body language. It'll come out in your dressing. It'll come out in your confidence. So lifestyle, you must attune your lifestyle to be an entrepreneur. Take losses in the stride. Take failures in the stride. Go for 100, meet 100 customers. Let 99 doors shut on your face. Doesn't matter. Maybe the next door will open opportunities to you. So your lifestyle, the way you dress, the way you talk, your grooming, and the environment that you create around you must exude confidence, must attract others towards you. That is important. So image projection, the lifestyle, how you project yourself, how society looks at you, how your followers look upon you is important to be an entrepreneur. And then the leadership. A leader is a person who will walk that extra mile, who will work with everybody together into the ecosystem, who will take all the losses for everybody, who will bear the brunt of the hard work and pass on all the credit to the team. A leader does not take credit. He passes it on amongst everybody. A leader must be able to absorb losses. You are the punching bag of your project. You must be able to soak it all in and not pass it out to your team. You must be a leader who takes responsibility, takes action, and takes corrective measures. That is the leadership trait that socially you will be accepted. You have to steer the common aspirations. Always remember, even the housekeeper has a role in your organization. Unless the housekeeper is there, you will not have a tidy house. So respect work, respect the person who's working for you, and a leadership is when you take the aspirations of everybody within your team holistically and all of you grow out together. It should not be that I'm the only one making money. Everybody around me should be making money. I'm the only one who should be taking the losses. That is the first and among the most important traits of defining an entrepreneur. So that is important, the mindset, the skill set, the lifestyle, and the leadership skill. How do you start your entrepreneurial method? I mean, what is it that you do? Do you invent a rocket? Do you invent a spacecraft? Do you invent a completely new technology that shakes up the entire world? Well, you could do that if you have the capacity to do that, undoubtedly. But I think more importantly for an entrepreneur is to do the same thing differently. So being different is where the opportunity is, and that's where innovation and technology comes in. So we will discuss a small model on which I am working presently, and my entire ecosystem is very much motivated to do that. Education can be modernized through innovation and technology, and I believe primary, secondary, and vocational education should be free. So this is a place of innovation and technology. I'm just giving you an example how modern innovation and technology, which is available at our fingertips, can make life so easy and can work as a unifying platform, bringing the rural and urban communities together and completely evaporating the divide in a matter of few months, matter of maybe a year or two. So innovation and technology is very important. So you as students, those of you who are in the education system, those of you who have had the advantage or the privilege of getting educated, first must create the idea. That's the ideation part. You must develop in your mind a process of business model which starts from an idea, but it has to be all inclusive. How that idea can change lives around you, how you can incorporate the unskilled and the semi-skilled into your idea. How can your peers around you, the other engineering students, the MBA students, the IT professionals, or the language students, all get incorporated into the idea, playing their individual independent roles into the business model. Today is the day when we used to have this slogan of Amul Butter, that united we stand, divided we fall. And this is the time where we have to get united. You have the freedom of choice of deciding what you want to do. So ideation is a very important part of being an entrepreneur. And then project formulation and research. When we talk about project formulation and research, you must think out that idea and take it out to the road. Go door to door. Test your market. Go to the clients or your future clients. Do a market survey. Get the feedback. Because what you are thinking might not be the realities of what the market wants. So go out to the market, test research, create your own team, and do a market survey. Once you have done the market survey, it'll be very easy to understand and identify the gap. That is where an entrepreneur comes in. For example, we are trying from Credo to train women hailing from very poor or underprivileged families to become home cooks. In Bengal and across India, there's a shortage that in everybody's household, they don't get cooks, or cooks who come in can do everything else accepting cooking. So we are starting a course of 3 months course, at the end of which these girls or these men would get certified Bengali cuisine cook, certified Punjabi cuisine cook, certified continental cooks, certified bakery cooks. Immediately, it becomes easy at the end of this course for these girls or these boys to get employed in the households as part-time jobs as cooks. They can start their own dabbawala services. We will try and push them into the corporate ecosystem to cater to corporate lunches, corporate sandwiches, and their board meetings. We will try and push them into creating catering services. So these are skills. And then using innovation is where you master the recipe to make it different from what is available in the market. And then you use technology, which is online technology, to create an entire story around them, interview them about their life, about the household where they live, how doing business by employing this cook or giving a contract for catering to this community of cooks. It's going to change the society. Create a blog around it, social media, digital marketing. That is where innovation and technology comes in. So gap analysis. And then team building. You must create a team. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can't do it alone. Hiring people is not an option today because probably you can't afford it. So what you need to do is create a team from within your community of friends, within your college ecosystem, within your family ecosystem. And it is this team where you delegate responsibilities, who works in the ideation, who works in the project formulation, who does the market research, identifies the gap, and create a holistic story. And then you will use innovation. Innovation is nothing doing the same thing in a different way. Finding out what is the demand that is available right now, identifying the gap and catering to it in a new package. And then use technology. Technology in terms of your engineering technology in terms of IT, social media. And today, technology is so cheap. Creating a website is a matter of a few thousand rupees. Go to GoDaddy, you can have a website up in 2 hours. And then an e-commerce up in 3-4 hours. And then social media is something all of you are specialized in. Use technology. Do not become the hunting ground and breeding ground of technology. Do not permit yourself to be only used by Facebook, used by Google, used by Twitter as a product. Learn to use that technology. Learn to use Facebook, learn to use Google to generate business interests for you. And then trial and errors. Business will not succeed in day one. Anybody who says, I don't want to lose money, you cannot be an entrepreneur. You must be ready to lose money. Hard work is guaranteed. So how do you make profit? That comes to trials and error. You must go through the process of trials and error. Yes, losses has to be curated. Within your project reports, you have to compute an element of risk. So you cannot create a project report where you are only adjusting the cost of raw material, the cost of machinery, the cost of promotion. You also have to adjust the cost of risk into that project and then create a financial plan around it. Only through trials and errors that you perfect. The pitfall of an entrepreneur, as I just said, do not think you'll break even in the first year. An entrepreneur is somebody who's willing to slog it for 3 to 5 years. The pitfalls, and that is exactly what I am here for, and that is exactly where other entrepreneurs, I'm sure, in the ecosystem would like to help you so that you do not go through the pitfalls that we have gone through. You do not lose money, you do not bleed money, you do not get hoodwinked, you do not get defrauded, you do not get cheated the way we have gone through that cycle. So we are here to help you. We will help you, curate you, because the only way forward for India is to have more entrepreneurs. Gestation period, leveraging. There will be a gestation period. As I said, look at 2 to 3 years as a gestation period. Nothing happens overnight. But you must leverage your ideas. You must leverage your strengths and go for collective funding. Do not look at investors. Do not think that there are, huge plethora of people sitting, budding entrepreneurs who think they'll create an app. And that app, they will become millionaires. Tomorrow they'll have an aircraft. or a Mercedes Benz and a beautiful house. All those are myths. I mean, just by making an app, you cannot become an entrepreneur. There are millions of apps out there. It is the performance of that app. It is the provability of that app. It is the capability of the app and the entire thought process that has gone behind the need of that app. There are millions of apps which are useless. So you have to leverage your ideas. You have to leverage your research. You have to leverage your strength. You have to leverage your team and then wait for the gestation period and compute for the gestation period. Now, how do you survive? Are very small breakaway things. As I said, somebody who wants to open up a restaurant tomorrow, it is better to learn how to make that food today. For example, a 3 months course on food. So somebody who takes this 3 months course on food free of cost, first takes up a job in a cafe and then creates handheld experience of running a cafe as an employee. Thereafter graduates to become a manager. Thereafter he or she has the proven skill that I've worked at, let's say, Cafe Coffee Day for 4-5 years. And before that, I've been trained. I know how to cook. I know how to manage. And then look for a partner to start up maybe a very small cafe of their own with 4-5 lakh rupees investment out of her own savings, out of the partner's savings, and maybe family loan. Now, the chances of that cafe going bad is minimal because it is run by experienced hands. It's not run by an entrepreneur with no domain knowledge. It is run by somebody who's learned how to cook, who knows how to run a cafe, has worked in a professional cafe, worked herself or himself up the ladder, and has now joined force with the collection of friends to start up their own small cafe and then log it out for that cafe for the next couple of years. Make it a success story. And then you go out to the bank. Put everything in your balance sheet. Put everything in the bank. Even if your cafe sale is only 500 rupees, put that money in the bank because the banker would want to see that over the last 3 years, how much business you have done. So if you can generate that business interest to the banker that, look, I am a cafe professional. I have worked in a cafe for last couple of years. And now with my friends, 3-4 friends, we've opened up our cafe. We've run this cafe for the last 3 years. And from day one to now, this has been our growth. And today we are doing maybe 20 lakhs a year. I want to open the next cafe. I want to put in 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs of capital into that cafe. I want the bank to give me 80% loan. I will get you that loan. That's my commitment to you. I will work my night lamp off to ensure you get that loan. Once I've seen that, yes, this group of boys and girls are committed, they have the skill, they have the mindset, they have worked hard, they have mitigated the risks, they have gone through the grind of being an entrepreneur, they have the financial discipline, they are not plundering away their money, they are not wasting their money, they are committed, they are hardworking, and yes, they have created a track record of performance. Yes, you have made your losses, but you have covered that losses up by collecting money, crowdfunding, bringing in more friends into your dream. So at the end of 2-3 years, I have seen with my own hands that these boys and girls are now ready to the next plunge. I will ensure you get the money to open up your next cafe. For an example, it could be any other business. But then I will have the interest because then I will be investing on you, not on the business. I'll be investing on that group of boys and girls who are committed to do anything. And that's where bankers will come in. That's where investors will come in because they've seen your hard work, they've seen your level of commitment, and they've seen that you are not somebody who's easily shaken away, not somebody who's easily depressed and goes off home and sits in the luxury of their house and thinks and only dreams big. That is the roadmap. So convert your skill into small businesses, into small professions, build those businesses into a micro enterprise. During this process, put everything into paper, put everything into your banking system, because that interests us that yes, we are banking on this person, on this individual who is bankable. Shah Rukh Khan is bankable. But then there are millions of aspiring actors and actresses going around the streets. They are not bankable. Shah Rukh Khan has proved that he's somebody who's come from outside and he's somebody who's logged it, who's worked hard. He's made his losses. He's made his flops also. but he's bankable. Amitabh Bachchan is bankable. But to be one, you have to prove that you're bankable. Now, Credo is a charitable organization. We are supported by Voltas, we are supported by Tata. They don't give me money. I don't seek money because money is a bad word. You ask for money, people will start running away. They give me their infrastructure. They open us their ideas. They open us their knowledge base. They open us their market linkage. So today, when I'm talking about training 10 girls into becoming the first woman taxi drivers in the city, Tata will probably engage those taxis in their service contract, so they would be plying the woman working at the Tata enterprises from to and fro their offices and homes during the night shift and day shift. So that is what Tata will do. They will handhold us. And what will I do? I will be happy to engage with you and help you develop your businesses as long as I see, and I will commit myself to you also, as long as I see that you are worth being committed. You are worth being taken on as partners, which means your eagerness, your hunger to succeed. So we will collaborate with you. We will incubate your ideas. We will help you to develop from your ideation to your business launch. We will handhold you. We will guide you, provided you're worth it. And that is something that you guys have to work. I see now there are 94 entrepreneurs into the system. Excellent. So I would want even the teachers, even the housewives, the educated, the uneducated, the mothers, the one who are caring for the elderlies, all of them to join an ecosystem where all of we must decide to make money by working hard. That is the ecosystem we are creating. We have a website, credoorbis.com. If you visit that website, you'll see that is exactly what we are trying to do. Online education, online vocational education. Then we have created India's first fashion incubation center, which is charitable. Then food assistance, housekeeping assistance, plethora of things we are trying to engage the community. And those of you who are engineers and in doing an MBA or other vocations, do get in touch with us. Be ready to take the responsibility of your life. I mean, if you are not taking your control of your life, why would anybody else bother? Why would I bother? I will bother only if I see there's the zeal in you to do things, to slog it, and not just get engaged with social media for rubbish. Use social media. Social media, internet are excellent tools to spearhead and start your business. You now have connectivity. You can connect to millions of people online. That opportunity was just not there. You can use the tool to impart education, to impart your ideas, crowdfunding, product selling. There's so much that you could do by working together as a community and building your futures. Now, याद रखेगी ये दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना यारा तेरी यारी है क्रेडो के ही साथ जुड़ा. So we want to work together. We want to create a community. If you see this slide, it's meant and it's made up of our Credo community. Boys, girls, across India, working together, having fun, and at the end of the day, building something. India will be great only if entrepreneurship is in our blood. There was a time post-independence was India was great because of the entrepreneurship we had in us, and that is the only way out. There are government schemes we will help you attach to. There are banking schemes who will not look to attach your assets or your parental home. You do not need to do that. There are sufficient schemes to support you to get sufficient funds. But before you do that fund, you must be able to prove that you have the zeal to be an entrepreneur. The ecosystem today is right for entrepreneurs to walk in. This is the right economy. We are at ground zero. Nothing can get worse. Things will only become better. So we must join together, and I commit myself that I will help all of you to work together. But you have to commit to become dedicated and plunge head on to become job providers of the future and not job seekers.
Sir, I am also a student in Regent Education and Research Foundation. Sir, I have a question that as a student, we all are freshers and we don't have sufficient money or the resources to settle ourselves as a entrepreneur, or we can't build our setup right now. So can you please suggest us the way how we can start our startup?
Thank you. Thank you, Rhea. That's a fantastic question. And that is a issue for every entrepreneur in India. Money. Where do you get the money? Now, Rhea, this is where we need to interact. Sukhdev, I will request you to share my WhatsApp number with the group. You can all interact. You do not always need big money to start up your business. You know, an idea, that is where innovation and technology comes in, Rhea. And that is where we will help you. For the Credo ecosystem, if you go to our website, we are working on several projects, small projects, where we can involve all of you in without you spending your money. And as youth, as students, you have time in abundance. Instead of wasting that time into avenues which are non-productive, we will help you build businesses as a community. And that has been the stress of my discussion today, that we want people like you, Rhea, and your friends to work together, build a community of maybe 10, 20, 50 boys and girls, and we will work together in developing that community towards a business direction. So you may be a group of 10 friends into one business direction, another 10 friends into another business direction. That creates a circular economy. So 10 different business directions with 100 boys and girls creates a basket of services and products, which together creates an offering during exhibitions or to the corporate world. That is exactly where entrepreneurs like us come in. And I really appreciate your question. It is not imperative that you need to have money to start up an entrepreneurship, especially when there are ecosystems like us who are willing to help you start up your business ventures. What is important is first your will, second your time, third your commitment, your absolute commitment to be an entrepreneur of the future. And we will handhold you. We have at least 10 different programs going on where you don't need to invest money, but you need to invest your time and commitment, because that is necessary to be an entrepreneur. There are opportunities where you don't need to invest money, but you have to work as a community, together as a group, and we will help you achieving that.